Hello friends, we are going to see under material cost three different things. First thing is forms of documents used in store. Second is about stock system, periodic and perpetual, and third is ABC analysis. First of all, we will go towards forms of documents used in stores. The first format is of purchase requisition. Purchase requisition is prepared by different departments to show their total requirements and send the same to the purchase department. What it contains? It contains date, serial number, place of delivery, purchase, past purchase, stock, etc. It is signed by the person who initiates it. Purchase requisition should be prepared in 3 copies, which is known as triplicate, and 2 copies are forwarded to store department. Third copy is retained by the requisitioning department. Now, store department, after noting stock position, forward 1 copy to purchase department and retain 1 copy with them. Second is invitation to tender. Now, friends, whenever there is purchase we are making, before that we have to invite tenders from different suppliers. The purchase department issues tender to suppliers and publish them in newspapers. The suppliers quote their terms and conditions regarding delivery of materials. The invitation to suppliers is extended to send their tenders to the purchase department. How it appears? In tender, there is indent number, date, tender number, date, then name of the particular person to whom we are sending invitation for tender, description, quantity, desired date, place of delivery, then some special instructions about packing, delivery, inspection, and then sign of purchase officer. All these things are there in invitation to tender. Next is comparative statement of tenders. When tenders receive, that time the tenders received from various suppliers are studied in detail by preparing a comparative statement of tenders. Comparative statement of tenders, how it is prepared? Reference number is there, material is there, tender quotation number is there, description is there, quantity is there, and then in comparative charge there is serial number, name and address, price, discount, delivery, credit period, etc. Then in the end there is order placed, approved by, order number, date on, or prepared by, etc. The offer found most suitable is selected and order is placed with the party making such suitable offer. Then there is purchase order. After selection of supplier, a purchase order is prepared and sent to him. The order must contain information about serial number, date, name and address of supplier, details of material, date and place of delivery, instructions regarding packing and dispatching, prices, terms of payment, signature of the purchasing officer, etc. A copy of purchase order is also forwarded to store department, indenting department, and accounts departments. Next is delivery challan. The materials supplied by the supplier accompany delivery challan. Delivery challan is prepared by supplier. Delivery challan is in duplicate, means in 2 copies. The goods are checked and a copy of delivery challan is retained and another returned with acknowledgement to the supplier. In a computerized setup, the moment supplies are received from the vendor, the information is fed to the computer and the updated information on status of order is available to the concerned departments. Now what is there in delivery chalan? Order number, date, to whom goods are delivered. Then there is description, quantity, remarks, and yours faithfully means there is sign of supplier. Then there is next material inspection note. Now when we say about material inspection note, the goods received may or may not need inspection. Further, inspection may be within the organization or by other approved laboratory. If goods are to be inspected by outside agency, the report from such agency should be obtained. If inspection is within the organization, material inspection note is prepared and forwarded to the stores department. What it contains? It contains material inspection note number, purchase order number, store receipt note number, supplier delivery chalan number, date, then description, store code, quantity received, accepted, rejected, when rejected, what are the reasons for it, and who is inspector, sign and remark of that inspector is required in material inspection note. Then there is bin card. Bin card is a card which provides continuous record of stock stored. It is like a ledger which is attached to each bin. It acts like a ready reference and helps the storekeeper to perform his duties efficiently. It gives information about the position of each item of material kept in the bin. It appears like store bin card number, name of the company is at the outset. Then there is material code, description, stop control levels, minimum, maximum, reorder, we have seen before. Then location code, ordering quantity, ordering level, date, document number, receipt, issue, balance, remark, etc. etc. This is what is called as bin card. Next is store's ledger. The store's ledger is the ledger of material similar to the ledger under financial accounting. This ledger shows material movement of every item, showing both quantity and value. It is maintained in particular format. In that format there is company name, then there is store ledger heading, material description, store code, location code, control level, minimum, maximum, reorder level, then there is date, document, receipts, issues, balance and remark. In the receipt, issues and balance there are 3 columns always, quantity, rate, amount, like that is there. The total of receipt amount column of all folio should tally with purchase. Total of issue column of all folio should tally with material cost of all jobs products prepared, and it is advisable that stock or balance as shown in bin card and store ledger is compared and differences are reconciled, may be corrected. Bin card and store ledger also need to be compared to accounts for handling or environmental losses, which may be inevitable or even invisible in some cases. Friends, next is material requisition. Material requisition note is prepared by production department for issue of material from store as and when required. It is prepared as follows. Material requisition from, to, date, department, job number. Then there is code number, description, bin card, cost officer, rate, amount, store ledger, etc. columns, and authorized by, received by, signs are there. Bin card entered by, store ledger keeper, prices entered by, calculations checked by, all these signatures are there. The requisition is generally prepared in three copies. One is retained by department receiving the goods, and other two copies are handed over to the storekeeper, and that storekeeper retain one. Then let us go towards next, bill of materials. Bill of materials gives a specification of materials required by a job, process or service. It helps to calculate cost of material of job. It is a tool of material control. It appears like bill of material, order number, job number, bill of material number, date of issue. Then there is part number, description, code number, type, quantity required, quantity in stock, quantity expected, quantity issued, balance, delivery specified, marks, date, delivery, order prepared by, check by, order placed by, requisition placed by, stock verified by, etc. All this is what is called as bill of materials. Let us go towards material return note. Sometimes it becomes necessary to return material from one production department to stores. It records the return of material which are not used. What it contains: production order number, standing order number, date, department returning, particulars, item number, code number, quantity, unit of quantity, rate, amount, then authorized by sign, received by sign, bin card posted by sign, store ledger posted by sign, and price by sign. And then there are also reasons for returning material. All this is there in what is called as material return note. The last document is material abstract. Now friends, this material abstract is the analysis of material issued against material requisition. This is done periodically on basis of requisitions received. Cost of material for each job can be ascertained easily from this abstract. It contains date, period, requisition number, amount, job number, process numbers, etc. So these all are the formats of documents which I have shared in your WhatsApp group. You can see those formats on your WhatsApp group. Let us go towards next part, inventory systems. Friends, when we say inventory systems, these are the systems of keeping records of stocks. There are two major inventory systems. One is periodic inventory system and second is continuous or perpetual inventory system. A system in which stock is verified only at the end of certain period, maybe at the end of financial year, is known as periodic inventory system. When we say continuous or perpetual inventory system, it is the system of record maintained by controlling department which reflect the physical movement of stock on their current balance. It is perpetual inventory system, a method of recording store balance after every receipt and issues to facilitate regular checking of stock and keeping balance. So when at the end of physical stock taking is done, at the end of particular period or financial year, it is periodic. After receipt or issue of each unit, there is stock taking or physical checking is carried out. It is called continuous or perpetual inventory system. Periodic inventory system is a system in which stock taking is at only once in a year or once in a particular period. It is done at one sitting only. It requires temporary stock taking committee. It is normal working of concern is affected, then it is usually cheaper because once in a year, and when discrepancies, if any, are reported, they are at the end of the year. On the other hand, in continuous or perpetual, it is held throughout the year, continuous process, permanent stock taking employees are required, there is element of surprise, no effect on normal working because रोज का काम है. It is costlier, and when discrepancies, if any, found, they are reported throughout the year whenever there is difference. Friends, let us see something about periodic inventory system. Periodic inventory system, the store maintains stock records in the form of bin card or store ledger cards. The records give quantitative information about stock. Under this method, balance of material is also done periodically. When we say this periodic inventory system, what are its advantages? It is simple to understand and operate. Stocks of all the items are verified at the same time because only once in a particular period or year. Corrections in the record can be done at the time. Manipulation of stock is not possible. Shutdown of plant makes it possible to undertake repair work. Work in process can be checked accurately. What are disadvantages? Time gap between two stock taking is quite large, maybe 1 year. Then errors may remain undetected for a long period as stock taking is done periodically. Reasons for discrepancies cannot be found out easily due to passage of time. There is no continuous check on stock. It is not able to safeguard against pilferage, loss or theft. It requires compulsory shopping of operations. Now friends, when we say continuous or perpetual system, what are its advantages? It is not essential to stop production activities for the purpose of stock taking. Costly stock taking is avoided. Any discrepancies are noted easily. Bin card and stock ledger give ready information. Corrective action can be taken. Stock figures are more reliable. Stock levels can be revised. Since it is a regular work, facilitates stock taking. Any loss can be avoided promptly. It has a moral effect on employees of the company. Stock figures are available easily for insurance purpose. Timely replenishment of stock is possible. Records can be kept updated. Which are the disadvantages of continuous stock taking or perpetual inventory system? First is it does not provide for physical verification of stock. It is rather costly. It requires separate staff because every day we are stock taking. Then it involves more paperwork. Let us go towards next part of our today's lecture, that is ABC analysis. Friends, ABC analysis is one technique through which selective control can be exercised on various items of material in the store. In a large size organization, it is not possible for the management to pay minute attention to each and every item in the store. Hence, a system is evolved which is called ABC analysis. Under this system, various items are classified according to their importance and selective control is exercised. Under this technique, the measure of control over the item of inventory varies with its usual value. In other words, the items which are of high value are controlled more as compared to items with less value. Under ABC analysis, the different items are classified into number of categories according to their importance. The first category is treated as A. Why A? Because such items which consist of small quantity but high value. Second is B. relatively less important items, and third category C. These items are large quantity, small value. So three categories we have seen. A category means what? Small quantity, large value or high value. B, relatively moderate quantity, moderate value. C, large quantity, small value. Now when A is there, less quantity but largest amount, more control is required. B, quantity as well as value is moderate, so moderate control is there. And C, when there is large amount of stock is there, smallest amount is there, so lower degree of control is required. This is what is called as ABC analysis, which is one of the very important techniques. When we say example or procedure, that time how we can categorize ABC. Procedure is there. Find out the future use of each item of stock in terms of physical quantities. Then decide price per unit of each item. Find out total project cost of each item. Starting with highest total cost, arrange different items in order of their total cost. Express the unit of each item in percentage of total cost and calculate total cost of each item as percentage of total cost of all items and classify the items. Now friends, let us see one example. If 10% items are there, their value is 75%. Definitely they are A. 30% items, 20% value, say B. And 60% items, only 5% value, C. Like that. Now, when we make ABC analysis, why it is important? ABC analysis is important because investment in stock is minimized, because there is close control over A, means high value items. Cost of ordering, carrying cost also reduced. Technique cut down cost of system. Fulfillment of objective of inventory control, and helps in maintaining high stock turnover rates. These are all advantages of this method. It becomes clear that atom A are valuable, atom B are moderate, having moderate of cost, and C items are larger in numbers and low in value. So in this particular lecture, we have seen different forms of documents used in stores, then two stock systems, continuous or perpetual and periodic, and then ABC analysis, item types A, B and C on less quantity, high value, moderate quantity, moderate value, and more quantity, less value basis. We are going to stop here. Thank you.